Flood modelling is the process of simulating the behaviour of floodwater using data and computer models. In order to forecast future flood events, flood modelling aims to predict the intricate processes that control flood events, such as precipitation, runoff, river flow, and tidal patterns for different return periods. Depending on the location, risk, and detail of the modelling already available for your site, additional flood modelling may be required to maximise the safe development potential. If you are planning a development and require flood modelling support, FPS Environmental can help. Flood models are required when there is a need to understand and predict the potential impacts of flooding in a specific area. This could be for various reasons, such as, firstly, planning and development. Models are often required for planning applications to assess the flood risk associated with proposed developments and to ensure the safety of developments and those who use them. A model may also be required to ensure that the flood risk is not exacerbated elsewhere through the development. This may include the construction of a new site or aspects such as realigning a riverbank. A bespoke model may be required if existing flood models are not detailed enough to make a judgment on whether or not the site can be developed safely. Secondly, another use could be for climate change stress testing and adaptation. As the climate changes, flood models are used and required to understand how flood risk may change in the future and to inform decisions on land management practices, developments, and how to adapt these changes. Thirdly, flood management. Models are used to help aid decisions on floodplain management, including the identification of flood-prone areas and the development of flood maps. This information is vital not just to ensure safety, but also such that floodplain storage is maintained and that the risk isn't increased elsewhere. Fourthly, assisting emergency response plans. Detailed flood risk information is usually required to assist with floodwater evacuation plans and risk management. Overall, flood models are used whenever there is a need to understand the potential impacts of flooding and to make informed decisions about flood risk, management and mitigation. Flood modelling software can be used for a variety of purposes, such as planning and design of sustainable drainage systems and stormwater management systems, or designing and planning flood protection systems, or identifying areas at risk of flooding and developing evacuation plans, assessing the impact of land use changes such as urban creep or development, identifying areas that are vulnerable to flooding, and prioritising areas for flood mitigation. Some of the most well-known flood modelling software includes 2Flow, Flood Modeler, HEC-RAS, Mike, InfoWorks, Microdrainage and InfoDrainage. The software is used by engineers, urban planners and other professionals in the field of flood management. At FPS Environmental, we are experts in all aspects of flood modelling. We've got experience in fluvial, coastal and surface water modelling, also within sustainable drainage for new and existing developments, flood model reviews, flood map challenges, bespoke modelling and integrated catchment modelling.